Hello everyone, my name is the Rad Man, and we are back for some more Mad Games Tycoon. So we've just got our little guys on auto doing a few contracts real quick. Also got the, I guess, production machine is going strong over there. We're gonna see how this goes. We might actually sell all of the copies of that I made. We'll have to see though, because if we are making profit now on that game, but you know, if we make enough money off it, then you know, I'll consider games a viable, you know, successful thing that we could actually do. And I'm actually kind of surprised that it's taken them this long to catch up on all the automatic things. Let's see. We are going to have you. Where are you going? Oh, they're just auto-assigning themselves. We're going to have them develop an update for this game. It'll cost us 44,000, but you know, that's fine with me. Because it'll elongate the life of the game, and the game has already made, I can't remember what its original development budget was, but that it means it's made over $100,000 or $1 million, because I do remember that the price of it was about $1 million. And before we develop another game, we're going to research a bunch of topics really quick, and since we have such high level people, these should go by like nothing. Like, let's see, like, trying to see, where's the guy that actually needs to be upgraded? This guy's the guy that needs to be upgraded. So I think before we start, I'm gonna make another 10,000 copies of this game, just so we don't, because people get mad if they go to order the game and it's not there, and it'll drop your hype a ton. So we're just going to auto research a lot of these, and then we're going to set up a training course for what does this guy need most. He needs office work, so we're going to have an office course work available. Let's see, office, and that way he can run off and do this while the other two can start developing a game, because I don't want to put him where we can't do improvements to our game besides removing the bugs. I don't think I quite want to put him, you know, in charge of really helping with this too much. And you know, I'd say $1.32 million off of a single game. Now it's 1.42 is quite the profit margin. So we'll probably let this game die while it's still popular, because I mean, I could make another update to it, but the likelihood is that you know, it would definitely not do as much as this one did. I'm actually kind of surprised we just burned through another 10,000 copies of the game. Okay, I forgot that you have to actually click it to do the thing. But yeah, that should finish us out. Okay, so he's gone over there. I don't think either of these guys will need that, so now we can have them develop a game, or we could, do we need to do any of the engines? Again, you know, most of these are fine for the tier of game we're actually doing, which, speaking of that, what tier do we have? I think, yeah, we have B+. Okay, we're fine. For some reason, I had a mind fart there. We're going to do an economy, let's see, we're going to do an economy industrialization style game. So we're going to call it, let's see, what are we going to call it? We're going to call it industrial economy. Economy. Yeah, if they ever introduce the feature where naming a game actually matters, then there's going to be a whole lot of people who are in a whole lot of trouble, because most everyone I've seen play this game just does randomness. Oh, our economic simulation engine. We're going to update our economic simulation engine real quick, because we can, and then we'll probably also, when the genre, because I don't think the genre is good for our very first game. I think if we remaster that one right now, it'll be a waste of time and money, because it's, I think it's, let's see, the negative right now. I can't see it from in this screen for some reason. So it's gonna be 150 50,000 at 20% profit sharing. There we go. Because, let's see, down right now is puzzle, and I'm pretty sure our first game was a puzzle game, so it'll be down if we do that right now. How many of these do you have left? Because, I mean, you know, they're using money, but they're not doing it that fast. Let's see. Okay, so we're going to stop the automation because I don't like canceling research. So we just basically did about 30 topics, which is good. And I usually leave all the console research until I actually need it. So not going to do these for a while. Plus, many of those are like $500,000 each. These ones, we're not going to automate them yet, even though I could, just because we could build the buildings that do all of these, but we don't have space in this building, so the only thing I could really see us needing to research is, just the next level up, which is A. But we may do that, maybe. We haven't quite hit, Game of the Year, but we also don't have the worst Game of the Year anymore, which is good, because it makes me very, very sad inside when we have the worst Game of the Year. We'll get this guy out of the way. What? Oh. That's the other thing is, I think if a game made a profit, they should change the sound that it makes when it finishes. This game sold well, so I think it might slightly affect how much you get for the old copies of the game, depending on how it did. Not sure how much it actually does, but it does seem like it does. We're gonna switch this around and do economic colonization. So we're gonna do industrial colonization. Okay, and sorry if my keyboard's a little too loud. It's just I prefer mechanical keyboards, and one side effect of those is they do tend to be somewhat loud. So we're going to take advantage of the platformer by having it be an economic simulation and platformer. I might think about that a little because I do think if you do two things that are so different, it might actually yell at you. So we'll have an economic simulation that is also skill-based. I'm fine with that. I don't think that there's anything. Oh, where's the buy? I don't think that there's any. Oh, we could do this. You know what? We'll do this. The mess is quite interesting to develop for. Plus, I think that's how we get either making more games or using all of our platforms. Oh gosh, all the way back to the start. I forgot to change the game size. I always do that. I wish it would just default to the biggest one you have, because 99.9% of the time I want it to do what I told it to do. And I'm fine without split screen multiplayer on every game. So these guys will need to start working on this, which means that we're going to need to remove the bugs from this, and we are also going to need to hype it. We'll start this because I don't think that they'll actually start doing this until it's good, and we'll do the one that'll get up to 75 because it's not as expensive as 500,000. Because the point where you're actually paying $500,000 every time on your hype is when every game costs like 15 million, and we're definitely not at that point yet. And we got some profit share, which is always good. Office work. So it looks like they all could actually use another course in office work. I guess we will give them another course in office work. We're not going to auto-repeat it, though, because, oops, sorry, I bumped my microphone, because it can easily eat up a ton of money, and where we're not going to be getting another employee for at least a little bit, I don't want to spend a whole ton of money on a course just to cancel it halfway through, because I can always buy, like, 5 employees, give them a course, and set them loose. But where I've only got one guy I'm training up, I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him about as close as these guys were, within reason. Cause like See, he could use more game design and music and sound, but it wasn't worth buying a full course just for him to improve a few little points. You'll also notice, if you hadn't noticed already, that the game development, when you get bigger, you get a lot of more bugs. You also have a lot more potential for these to go higher, but it takes a lot longer and you get a lot more bugs, which is why, you know, the second that this unlocks, I always use it. It's just kind of unfortunate that, you know, it's not really an option very first, because it'd be better if you could just, you know, not even put out games with bugs. Of course, you know, it's not realistic. Every single game is gonna have bugs, but the amount of them, of course, can vary greatly. I'm also just kind of talking because I'm trying to decide what to do. We have $3.28 million, so we'll keep researching these, because I don't think you can ever actually unlock any more of these after you research all the rest of, like, what, 100, and I think there's like 20-ish left. So we may as well do this, and then we'll also, after that, we'll start researching all the better stuff, and then we'll have to start making A games after that, because we'll have more than one feature that's not being used. We're going to self-produce. I really do not... actually, cancel that. I really don't want to do this. I do not want to delete the game. Dang it. I wanted to get rid of the bugs, but I think they'll do a review on it with the stupid bugs in it now. We'll set the price automatically. We'll give them a manual, you know, at least give them a stinking manual. Raise the price up to an even $20, you know. I guess it is 1989, so that's pretty high price for a game in 1989. Fifth game. Yeah. I really don't like that. I didn't notice that. Why did it cancel? I still want to know. Are you flipping kidding me? I can't fix that. Really? Okay, now I'm just mad because I wanted to fix the dumb bugs. I doubt we'll sell more than 50,000 copies of that game. That's what you call poor everything. Like, I completely neglected to remember that. I actually didn't even know that. I wonder if that's something new where, because I remember before you could get, like, all the way to, you know, almost, where are you going? All the way to being, like, you know, almost done with the game, or almost ready to click the little button that puts it out for your publisher to release it, and you could still back out of it before. But now, for some reason, it just assumes that you want to delete the game, and I'm like, no, can I just keep it in that department? No? Oh, well, okay. One other thing we are going to do that I realized I should have done, is we're going to auto-place 1-star objects in this teeny tiny little development office. And what this is going to be for is this is going to be where we can move finished games, because I'll show you. One thing you can do is you can support development. Like, if I had so many people that they didn't fit in here, I could support this, which we can't because there's nothing going on there. We have production contracts real quick. Yes, go. And so what we could do is that, and what I can do though is I can take like a finished game and put it over here until I'm ready to release it, and then just release it from there, instead of tying up my big development office with a bunch of random finished games. Why is the money going down on that game? We're gonna use this small booth. Unfortunately, I can't get those bugs fixed until... I actually can't fix the bugs. No, I can. I think I can fix them from in here. Oh no. That's what I was saving that space for, was this. Because now the fans are gonna stinking need their own... They're gonna need a PR department, and I hate it when the PR department gets involved is when things start going teeny tiny bit downhill in this game, just because it makes it a pain in the butt to do anything. We're gonna spend 35,000, remove the bugs. We'll take our best programmer, or these two are where. Oh, she finished up because this got up to 75. I was wondering why the money was dropping so fast. I was like, where's all the money going? Yeah, I don't really care about my consoles, mainly because I'm not actually doing any. Oh. I think we can do that in 4 weeks. I probably should have waited for a week to lapse over. That probably would have been the smart choice. But either way, this will have a really small... Oh no, it'll finish, okay. I was gonna say if it does have issues, it'll have really, really small ones, like you'd probably only get fined like 5,000 at most, but it finished up, so that's good. Then once these guys finish up, we're gonna have them do some contracts, because now that we're actually getting contracts, you know, regularly, we can make money for one, and we can level this up. So we'll have to pay attention, because it seems like it's almost it almost seemed like it was stuck there, but I think I'm just making things up. That's fine. We might try another self-production if this game makes money, because don't want to go into a hole for this game. Let's see though, 18%. So yeah, okay, it is still going up. I think it's going up less though, which is I guess that's fine. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I had to talk to my mom real quick. But anyway, so yeah, so what we can, I really wish you could just automatically have it start contracts too. That would actually be really useful. I'll have these guys do some contract work too. Yeah, all of these are doable. So what I was going, not if everyone's doing research, they're not doable then. Okay, there we go. But what I was gonna say was, oh yeah, this game's gonna make money, even though it was a kind of a piece of crap. Okay, we don't have another order after this, so I don't need to stop the automation. I just need to, let's see. Sorry about the phone. It's just ringing. And I'm not supposed to answer it. That was, I don't know if you guys could hear, but someone yelled, "Don't answer it." So I'm not answering it. Anyway. Okay. And I feel like we have a lot bigger of games than I did last time I played through, and I was in 1989. Okay. Oh, I should have improved the bugs. No, I did remove the bugs. What I should have done was make an update for this game. That's actually kind of what I was meaning to do, but then having to talk to my mom real quick kind of distracted me, plus the "don't get the phone" getting yelled at me. Oh, yes! Yeah, you can earn a lot of money from hardware. The only problem is it costs a lot of money to research, because you have to research everything up to the point where you're at, which we're actually, finally we got first person shooter. But I was going to say the point that we're at, we could probably research it. It might take like $10 million though. That's just a rough guess though. I mean, I haven't actually checked, like added them all up or anything. 46,000, sure, why not? This is being a really successful game so far. It'll be more successful if they get that stinking update in before next week, because next week might be when it ends. Let's see how much that shoots up. So it goes, okay, yeah, so see, we went from 1,000 in sales to 7,000, so that's a 6,000 improvement, but that gets like less and less each time. You know what, for the, yeah, they got, I don't know. I think I might try this. We'll do it in 2 weeks, because I can, because like, look at this. Okay, so if I include nothing but the poster, it's hard to make money. So we are going to make this sell for 20 bucks. I'll make a pretty crap profit. Actually, we'll do $25, because yeah, it's not my own game, so yeah. And then what we're going to do is, it's not my own game, but we're going to give this stupid thing a boost because oh no, actually it's got a high enough score. We'll basically do what we do to our own, where I do 1 or 2 updates. Cause see, this gave us more money, but oh fudge, I need to produce more game. I just noticed I've got orders. Oh, we got industrial colonization. Yeah, that's the best graphic. What? And now we're getting to the point where the worst game of the year is ridiculously good. I hate this part of the game because everyone's making okay games, so it's really stinking easy to have the worst game out there. We'll make 25,000 copies of this one. And orders are what happen, by the way, if you don't have stock. And we've sold our economic simulation engine. How many more do you have left? These guys have been going like non-stop, and I was kind of hoping they'd be done by now. We're going to make an update for that game. It's not selling very much. Like I think in the first week of this, it sold like 5,000 or something. That only sold 2,000. So we need to boost the sales because I need to make money on this. That'll help by the fact that we can do this. Yep. Just getting you muttonheads. Oh, why'd I put him there? There's nothing to do there. I was like, you muttonheads, what are you doing? And I was like, holy crap, we got a ton of orders for industrial. Why? I didn't want to cancel the... Should have given me a warning about that. I always neglect to remember that. Okay, fine. Okay, I don't think we're gonna run out of game now. Yeah, Paradroids 2 isn't gonna run out of game soon. We made a little bit of profit on it, so that's good. But you'll always, pretty much always at least, make more profit on your own game. And let's see. Yeah, so this is getting really low, so I'm not gonna try boosting it anymore. We made almost 2 million off it, so it can go away peacefully. What we are going to do now, though, is we're going to develop a remaster of Game 1, because Game 1 was a very, very, very sad time in our history. And I also realized I turned off my timer that keeps track of the length of these, so this might go a teeny tiny bit over. We got 31, so this was like our lowest game. Look at this, we didn't even have a subgenre. And I don't think this really affects anything, but we can make it a B+ game anyway. We're gonna give it the economic simulation engine, just because it's the best engine we have right now. I don't really care if it's not the right engine for the game. But this, oh, I can't adjust that, so it's like, oh, this one doesn't actually matter, I guess. That's the one thing I don't like about that is you can't edit certain things that I want to be able to edit, but that's fine. And we'll have these guys do this real quick. Now naming it Game 1 remaster. Game 1 is kind of biting me in the butt because I'm like, what? Yep. Okay, I probably should have checked and made sure there weren't any orders for that game before it got sold, because we'll have a few mad people. Nope, we didn't, because we had stuff left. So we actually made more than like $2 or $3 off each game, which means it was, it was successful enough basically that we made more money than we spent. Or I think that means that the value of it is a lot higher, is what it means. And yeah, something like that. We're not gonna do anything else with Paradroids 2, except maybe cancel the production. We're not going to cancel it because I don't like penalties, but we're going to stop the automation so that I can produce more of this game, because I'm going to need to. And we're not going to do that contract, which is why I like having huge sprawling of these. No, I want my game in development, please. I'm not going to spend a ton of money on someone else's game. I'm going to spend a ton of money on my game. Not your game, my game. Oh, we're in trouble. Well, for one, now we're going to have a ton of orders backing up. We'll probably only need to produce a little bit. Oh, phew, we actually made that one. We shall produce 5,000, not 50,000, 5,000. That would have been a pretty bad mistake. So yeah, I think the cycle after this one, because that's going to give it a big spike. That's not actually meaning that anyone likes it. That just means that, you know, stuff happened, and we finally ran out of research topics. Holy cow, that was so long. So now what we're going to do is we're going to research genres next. No, I do not want to publish the game now, because see, what part of removing bugs? You can actually stay there. You need to come over here and help remove bugs, though. Okay, and these guys will remove bugs. We didn't actually have very many bugs in that game, which was kind of surprising. And what we can actually do is, I don't really care if we have real-time strategy anytime soon, because we'll still have to make an engine and stuff for it anyway. Yes, produce those. And then I'll consider, I guess if it's like this low of a thing, because like, for instance, the 500,000 one, never would have made money on that. These ones, though, I think I could make money on them. Because like, look at this, we made 300,000 off this, so maybe we would have made it if this was a 500,000 one, but there's also the chance, though, that the game's absolute crap, honestly, and that's what worries me most. So now what we can do is we can move this to a different office. So if we assign this here, we can use this to do other things, which means like we could if you want to, you could support the development of a finished game. I don't know why you'd do that, but you could. So this game was good. Yep. Okay, it's just hyping up this guy now. The hype's gonna just slowly keep going up. Where did our extra guy go? Oh, it's the girl. She's the extra person. I was like, why aren't they going up there and doing things? Because they have no reason to. Well, let's create some game reports. I really don't care. I don't think that really costs you money, just time. We better check the engines, because we have some good engines that are out. So we need to get a first-person shooter engine out. That's what we need to do now. And then that means we need to research these features, because we're at about 17. So we need to have all the cutting-edge features in our next engine when we release it. At least people are still licensing our other engines, though, so I think now we're going to be in the phase of develop a ton of engines really quickly, because we can. We'll do this guy, that'll give us some hype, which is very good. So we're going to get about 4,000 fans. These guys are going to start getting unhappy if I don't get a PR department soon. So we're going to want to get this stuff wrapped up as soon as possible, because once they start getting unhappy, it doesn't really matter what you're doing, your sales will start tanking. And that's just the fact of life at this point. Do this. I might even try a game development contract. The only problem is I have never... keep in mind, this was when I last played. I could never get one of those that I would win. Like, I would always... It would either be just slightly too low, or it wouldn't make enough money, or some dumb thing. And I was just like, what a crap, you dumb thing. You're kind of crap. But let's self-produce this. We'll give ourselves 8 weeks to do this. We can have a few more bells and whistles in here. We'll have a $30 game. Why not? It's 1990. That's going to be a little high priced, but oh well. Plus, there's nothing else out at the time. They need to be. It's not even worth it. You son of a gun. That's because I couldn't adjust any of the stats. It's better on games like that to just leave them in the middle. But unfortunately, since it was a remaster, I didn't have the choice to do that. So I feel like we're going to lose a lot of money on that one. So I don't think we'll be doing... I think sequels you can mess around with everything except for the... there's one thing you can't mess around with on sequels, but I think sequels give you more options. Remasters, unfortunately, do not, which is a pain in the butt. But I guess it makes sense because you're just remastering a game that already exists, no matter how annoying it is. But it has 75 hype, so that should help it somewhat, as long as the hype doesn't drop too much before it releases, because I honestly think we're probably going to have to take a loss of about at least 500,000, if not a full million. But let's see, gotta just check the time real quick. That we are actually out of time for this episode. So I'm gonna see you guys next episode. I think the goal for next episode that we're going to be working towards is, I need to sell a few of these. Yeah, sell those. The goal for next episode, by the way, is probably going to be getting into either the next larger size, or let's actually look at the price range of these buildings. They've changed. We'll probably go for either the $4 million or $3 million building. Of course, we need to make sure that we have enough extra money to buy all this again, which I do feel kind of bad that we haven't used this as much as we could have. But we'll have to do that all after we get this game finished and stuff, and finished selling. So we'll probably just be working on engine making till this gets done, and then next episode we'll work on getting a new building. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching. My name is the Radman, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.